It is tragic that this place of good must be destroyed. But I need the resulting evilness to charge the gauntlet. That is the only way I can destroy the absolute evil!
Thanos had obviously misplaced a few of his marbles. He marauded through the countryside, committing evil deeds in order to strengthen the good.
I totally have this deja vu thing. Very strong third part vibes. But fine, I've got the spear for his head ready now. And this time, it's got freaking barbs.
Nevertheless, the absolute evil had to react. A Thanos charged with evilness was a terrible opponent. For the good of the world, he had to be slowed and stopped.
So now, we're trying to steal the evilness from right under his nose?
Yes, that's the way it looks.
Oh, hell yes, count me in. So we do what bad guys do, and we stick it to my crazy foster father in the process.
Surely something useful could be done with the evilness later on. But first, Talia had to act faster than Thanos.
Okay, let's get out there and start doing evil deeds, so we can stop my now evil foster father from doing evil deeds. For evil! Or for the good. Oh, somehow I kind of lost the plot there somewhere. Forward, creatures!
The vault of evilness was filled to bursting. The negligent evil had to either expand it as quickly as possible or invest in appropriate research. The absolute evil had bagged some magnificent evilness. It was important to gain more of it than Thanos. The heroes' buildings presented themselves as high-yield alternatives. The turning over every stone evil had discovered a particularly powerful demonic creature. This would make an extremely useful addition. High-level demons, however, love to let off steam on heroes or, in their absence, on little snots in a torture chamber. To keep the powerful creature happy, the torturing evil decided to build such a torture chamber. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
My faithful subjects, destroy the dungeon, destroy the absolute evil, and my depraved foster daughter.
Thanos dispatched his remaining faithful towards the dungeon. From this point on, heroes would attack the underground.
No problem. That's basically extra evilness delivered free to my door. Right, clean your weapons, oil your traps, and prepare the meteor spell.
Talia, it is only because of you that these poor citizens must die. This is your fault!
Are you out of your mind, you addle-pated old fool? You're the one killing them, and before I can do it, you bastard! Come on, creatures, we've got to get there first. Hit them, beat them, cross their eyes out with wax crayons. For the ferryman! Ha ha ha!
Heroes are helping themselves to your treasury.
How the evilness strengthens my powers of good. Wonderful.
Thanos had captured a fair amount of evilness. The planning evil could try to stop him temporarily by having its creatures engage him in a fight.
Ha! Brilliant idea. I'm sure I would have thought of that too. Forward, creatures, into battle. Not all of you will survive, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. how that's done, Thanos. I'm sure the day Talia snatches a camp from right under your nose was a significant day in your life. But for me, it's just Wednesday.
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted.
No, you will never defeat me. I must withdraw. But today is not the end of days. I shall return, light be praised. And be you certain this is clear. The light will prevail, be of cheer!
Talia and the nimble evil had destroyed one of the good buildings before Thanos could do so. Most of the cities in the overworld were now just smoking ruins, but there were still mythical creatures living in the overworld. Thanos' demented gaze turned to these.
It is my sacred duty to lead the light to victory. If I must destroy these good beings in order to do so, then so be it!
The good being killing evil's armies had discovered a unicorn. A few stalwart heroes set about rebuilding the destroyed buildings.
That's monstrous! We have to stop them! Forward, creatures! Stop them at all costs! Thwart their plan! Scrub the floors with soap to make them slip and fall.
You've dug into a spider room.
I'm back! My absence was short. I will fully charge the gauntlet and destroy evil.
Enemies are in the dungeon. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Thanos was so weakened that he decided to retreat. The good being killing evil's armies had discovered a giant hypno bullfrog. One of your creatures is furious and is on strike. It's payday.
Hey, Thanos! See that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine!
Another victory for Talia!
Talia, you may have been faster than me this time, but in the end, good shall inevitably triumph. I will destroy the next building!
A gold vein has been mined out. One of your creatures has become livid with rage. Thanos was back in the race for evilness. The unicorn came back to life. One of your creatures has become livid with rage. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Thanos...
Thanos! Father! I can no longer stand by and watch you perform despicable acts. This is not the way of the light. Rather, you have been seduced by the darkness. Since it was I who unleashed you upon this world, it is my duty to stop you.
Ooh, that was unexpected. Tristan now seems to have switched sides to join his evil stepsister in stopping his even more evil father.
Tristan, you traitor. You have turned away from the light, just like your sister. I will destroy you both!
Thanos has been stopped. I will return should he again attack innocent people.
A creature has become livid with rage. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Tanos could do so. Your enemies are in the dungeon. Payday! Talia and the Nimble Evil had destroyed one of the good buildings before Tanos could do so. The Hypno Bullfrog came back to life. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. The merciless Evil's armies rushed into battle with the Hypno Bullfrog to earn some wondrous evilness.
We snatched that good being right out from under the confused old man's nose.
Talia, you spoiled little brat. This will be the end of you.
Now that even the mythical creatures in the area were becoming almost impossible to find, it was becoming increasingly difficult to find specific targets to gather evilness.
Is that a charity shipment for a nearby orphanage over there? Sad. But I will see it destroyed in the name of victory for good.
Hey, Tanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Once again, Thanos had to retreat to lick his wounds. The planning evil would surely know how to take advantage of his absence. Your enemies are in the dungeon. The torture chamber was now ready. Higher-level demons vented their aggression on little snots, or even better, on heroes if there were any available. This also generated even more evilness.
Amazed, aren't you, Thanos? We destroyed that building!
Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so.
We've already raked in half the evilness. Thanos doesn't stand a chance against us. Hey, Thanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
This is not over yet. My wounds will heal, and I'll be back.
The merciless evil's armies rushed into battle with the unicorn to earn some splendid evilness. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so. Talia and the Nimble Evil had destroyed one of the good buildings before Thanos could do so.
The goddess has filled me with new strength. I will destroy the evil.
Ding dong! It's payday!
Hey, Thanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
See how that's done, Thanos? I'm sure the day Talia snatches a camp from right under your nose was a significant day in your life. But for me, it's just Wednesday.
Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Tanos could do so.
Hey, Tanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Tanos was so weakened that he decided to retreat.
And once again, Talia saves the day. I mean, I'll nab the good being before that has-been Tanos can.
Your time is running out. Good shall prevail. I will destroy the next good being.
The evilest evil had now collected about 3/4 of the required evilness. Its triumph over Tanos was within reach. Talia and the speedy evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it.
This is not over yet. My wounds will heal, and I'll be back.
The unicorn came back to life. The merciless evil's armies rushed into battle with the unicorn to earn some splendid evil. The good being beating evil had slain a good being before Tanos could get his hands on it. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Tanos could do so. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it. Tanos seemed to have regained his strength and set about gathering evilness for the Gauntlet of Finitude.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Tanos could do so. Once again, Tanos had to retreat to lick his wounds. The planning evil would surely know how to take advantage of his absence.
Hey Tanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it. Thanos was back in the race for evilness.
This is not over yet. My wounds will heal, and I'll be back.
Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Thanos got to it.
It's payday.
Thanos seemed to have regained his strength and set about gathering evilness for the Gauntlet of Finitude.
Hey Thanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Once again, Thanos had to retreat to lick his wounds. The planning evil would surely know how to take advantage of his absence. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it.
The goddess has filled me with new strength. I will destroy the evil.
Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Tanos could do so. Payday.
This is not over yet. My wounds will heal, and I'll be back.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it. Thanos was back in the race for evilness. Once again, Thanos had to retreat to lick his wounds. The planning evil would surely know how to take advantage of his absence. Your enemies are in the dungeon. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Thanos got to it. Payday.
Ha! The goddess has filled me with new strength. I will destroy the evil.
Thanos was so weakened that he decided to retreat.
Hey Thanos, see that food shipment for starving families there? I put the torch to that one before your decomposing brain even noticed it.
Just you wait. The next shipment will be mine.
Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Thanos got to it. Thanos was back in the race for evilness.
Talia, this is all happening because of you. Without you, none of this would be happening.
Without you either, but I have this spear here, just waiting to share some headspace.
Payday. Talia and the Swift Evil had destroyed an orphanage shipment before Thanos could do so. Your enemies are in the dungeon. Once again, Thanos had to retreat to lick his wounds. The planning evil would surely know how to take advantage of his absence. enemies are in the dungeon. Talia and the Speedy Evil had destroyed an aid shipment before Tanos got to it.
We did it! I did it. That should be enough evilness to feed Gorgu. So, little baby, eat up all that tasty evilness.
Enriched by all this energy, Gorgu once again became the Dungeon Lord. In this form, he could take on Tanos's undead. At least, that's what Talia and the really thinking plans through evil thought.
What's with all the pessimism? Dungeon Lord Gorgu will thoroughly kick Tanos's butt, and then that barbed spear I mentioned earlier comes into play.
The duel. Dungeon Lord Gorgu and Tanos stood face to face. Both were getting ready for an all-important battle. Gorgu had ingested enough evilness to remain in the guise of the Dungeon Lord for an extended period of time. But Tanos was also able to strengthen himself somewhat. Both opponents now faced one another in an implacable duel. Imagine here some quick camera cuts to the grim faces of the two opponents, like the ones you used to see in the anime series of your youth. The stare-down could fill out several volumes all by itself, but just for you, we've condensed that down to one line of dialogue. Then the two opponents began to throw wildly powerful missiles at each other's ears. But such an epic battle, with unusual attacks and such, took its toll, and both sides retreated for a short breather.
Men, despair not. It is time to prepare for the final battle. Fight at my side. Together, we will destroy evil once and for all!
This rousing speech, together with the threat of beatings in the case of non-compliance, served to mobilize Tanos's reaming heroes. It would certainly make sense for Talia to support Gorgu as well.
Really? I thought Gorgu would make short work of Tanos now. After all the stress of the previous mission. Is someone trying to grind out a little extra game time? But hey, fine, don't let anyone say I let evil down. I'll throw wave after wave of my creatures at Tanos if I have to. Up you get, you lazy bums. Pick yourselves up, build a dungeon, raise an army, and severely rearrange Tanos's teeth.
You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. Some of Tanis's willing helpers set out for the dungeon to attack the dungeon heart. It was probably a sensible idea to prevent them from doing so. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. Enemies are in the dungeon. Payday. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. The clash of the giants was at hand. They would meet over there.
Excellent. Good to know. Then I'll get the troops hurt and give them a taste of the leather. I mean, put the troops on alert and pull them together. Damn it.
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. One of your creatures has become livid with rage. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Tanos and Gorgu had recovered enough and once again joined in fervent battle. A duel worthy of mention in the history books was in the offing. Gorgu was just getting a feel for what it was like to actually be the Dungeon Lord. He had meanwhile discovered both Gorgu and Tanos withdrew yet again to recuperate. Talia and the army training evil took advantage of this brief respite to regroup. A creature has become livid with rage. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The merciless evil's armies had destroyed one of the bases set up by Tanos' faithful. This would probably slow them down a bit, but at the same time, it spurred them on even more. Crazy fanatics.
A creature has become livid with rage.
Another base belonging to Tanos' faithful was destroyed.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Another base belonging to Tanos' faithful was destroyed.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Another base belonging to Tanos' faithful was destroyed.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Payday.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Enemies are in the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Dungeon Lord Gorgu and Tanos were about to meet again. This epic battle would take place on that as yet undistinguished field there.
Excellent! Then let's get ready to give that damn paladin wannabe a hot reception. And I ain't talking tasty hot beverages either.
One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
Tanos and Gorgu faced each other again, ready for another epic duel. Once again, Tanos and Gorgu retreated. Whether it was to catch their breath or whether they went out for a coffee together is unknown. Heroes who had planned to do battle with Gorgu now made their way into the dungeon after all.
One of your creatures has become livid with rage.
Ding dong! It's payday!
Enemies have entered the dungeon. There are enemies in your dungeon.
A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Your little snots have dug up a spider. Another battle between Tanos and Dungeon Lord Gorgu was brewing. The ruthless evil made its preparations. You've dug into a spider room. Your little snots have discovered an artifact. Your enemies are in the dungeon. Ding dong, it's payday. Tanos and Gorgu appeared once again, ready to face one another in a third battle. I hope this was the finale, as we're running out of battlefields.
This can't be true. Good must triumph.
Ha! Take that, old man. At first, I thought it was stupid of Tristan to resurrect you, but I've reconsidered. You are such a crazy frickin' scumbag that you really do deserve to die twice for this.
But with the last of his strength, Tanos managed to use the Gauntlet of Finitude. What happened next is so blatant that we have to show it in a cutscene. The battle between Tanos and Dungeon Lord Gorgu raged. Both opponents assumed their best anime fighting poses, sized up their opponent, and then exchanged blows, magic missiles, and/or telepathic insults. But even though the fight dragged on due to Gorgu's inexperience, the end was predestined. Tanos was forced further and further into the defensive. In his distress, Tanos saw himself with only one remaining option. He took the Stones of Finitude and stuffed them into his mouth. Tanos was bathed in an unnatural light, with flames rising from his eyes. He grew and grew as his muscles swelled and his body deformed. This discharge hurled the Stones of Finitude away yet again and scattered them in all directions. In his new form, Tanos was now significantly stronger than the inexperienced Gorgu, and with one mighty blow, the mutation hurled the Dungeon Lord in training to the side. Then the creature turned towards Talia. Its eyes began to flash. Destructive laser beams, yes, that's really what it says here, shot out of its eyes toward the Dark Elf to destroy her. But this was the moment for heroes, and so Tristan pushed his stepsister Talia aside, out of the line of fire. So now, instead of Talia, Tristan was scorched by Tanos' laser eyes. Talia had no time to check on her stepbrother, but fled as fast as she could. If looks could kill, Tanos had destroyed the Gauntlet of Finitude and absorbed its power. The resulting transformation was unpleasant. Talia and the fleeing evil got the hell out of there.